Right, so we are proceeding with the first chapter of business studies from the book. So we'll proceed with challenges associated with foreign trade, and I think today we are going to finish this chapter so that we can chip into another chapter. The first challenge associated with foreign trade is language differences. As you know, in different countries we have different languages. For example, in Malawi we speak Chichewa, but in Mozambique they speak Portuguese. So this is a serious issue in as far as trade is concerned. Here we have the language differences as a challenge. So one must know the language or employ somebody who understands the language of a particular country where trade is occurring. Let's assume I'm going to Mozambique to have maybe to purchase some things there, but I don't know how to speak Portuguese. It means I need to have somebody beside who can help me maybe to communicate with the people in that particular country. Then we have long distances. So long distance may create higher cost of transportation and greater risks. For example, if you're transporting goods or items from Tanzania, the price cannot be the same if you're transporting goods from Limbi, maybe to Blantyre. And if you relate Tanzania Blantyre, Limbi Blantyre, then you see that at least Limbi will be very cheap. Documentation. So foreign trade requires long procedures and a lot of documentation, which may be cumbersome and time consuming, right? There are different documents that are signed in order to finalize a transaction in a foreign trade. So trade documents are some of the challenges that also affect foreign trade. Since some people are not educated, maybe they might not understand the use of the documents or how to sign them or the contents of the document as well. Then we have different currencies. Each and every country has got its own currency. For example, in Malawi we have Malawi kwacha, Zambia kwacha, Mozambique mitikashi, Tanzania shilling, then South Africa rand, Botswana pula, and some other countries, USA dollar. So countries differ. I mean, currencies differ based on countries. Commercial countries. I mean, currencies. Yeah, not countries, but currencies have different values. Some currencies have got a high value, while others low value. We are talking about the issue of devaluation. Mainly kwacha low value. It cannot be compared to dollar. Dollar is valuable. Now, every country has got its own currency, and the rate at which one currency can be exchanged for another, which is exchange rate, keeps on fluctuating from time to time. So it means if I'm traveling to United States of America, then maybe I prepared to spend maybe $100. So before I depart, maybe $100 was equivalent to 300,000 kwacha. Then on the day of departure, there is a fluctuation. We are talking about sudden changes of exchange rates. Maybe it might happen that maybe I have 300,000, then I'm going to the bank to exchange the money, but maybe I'll find out that no, dollar is not being sold at that amount which I assumed. So might end up coming with $200 instead of $300. I mean, so here what we are looking at many currency amapangira affect foreign trade. Yes. Another good example, you can maybe prepare to purchase something from Dubai, mwina ukufusa mwezi uno watenga quotation yakupasa kuti ndi $100. Here in Malawi $100 kumakwana mwina 150,000. Then siku limene kupitalo upeza dola ija yakwera, unasunga 150 akuzoti $100 pano ndi 300,000. It means it has affected your trade. So nkhani zake tukamba ngati zimenezo. Then we have trade restrictions. Ma trade restrictions ndi ziletso malonda ena kapena kuti malonda amene akuchoka dziko lina kupita dziko lina samadusa opanda misonkho, malaisensi ndi zina zotero. Zimenezo ndi ma trade restrictions. So foreign trade policy procedures, laws and regulations differ from one country to another and keep on changing from one time to another. This makes it difficult to predict the future concerning exports and imports. So that's it. Then we have frequent market changes in demand and supply. So it is not easy to anticipate the global market trend in terms of demand and supply of goods and services due to rate of inflation and interest rates. Tikakhala tikufuna tigule katundu kunja mwachisanzo umene kulili kwathu kuno pakati apo katundu anakwera kwambiri, zimene zija zitha kupanga affect anthu amene akuzaoda. Why? Mmene anapangira prepare yo acha kuti azaode katundu zitopezeka kuti pozafika kuno azapeza mitengo yakwera, si mmene inalili mmene iwo anakonzekera. Zimene zija ndi kuti ziyavuta as it is that momwe apeze katundu uja mitengo yakwera, demand itsika. So amene demand ikutsika ndi kuti price imakhala kupanga increase. You see, my interest rates mabanki ngongole zimakhala ndi interest pamopapo. Then we have import partners of Malawi. So we have South Africa, maiko amene feyo timatakutenga ku katundu nkubweretsa ku Malawi. South Africa, ku China, Britain and USA ndi ena ambiri. Ma export partners amene timatumizira katundu athu Zambia, Mozambique, Britain, China ndi enanso ambiri ndithu alipo. Then we have terms of foreign trade. Now the balance of trade. So balance of trade is the difference between a country's monetary value of visible imports and visible exports over a given period of time. In short, is the difference in monetary value or in amount between exports and imports. Kusiyana pakati pa ma exports and ma imports. Zambiri ndi ziti. Katali ma exports kapena ambiri ndi ma imports. Kapena zochepa ndi ma exports kapena zochepa ndi ma imports. Kusiyana uku ndi kumene timanena kuti balance of trade. So we have two types of balance of trade. One, favorable balance of trade. So this is when a country's exports are higher than imports. Let's assume Malawi kupanga kwambiri export katundu, kupanga produce katundu kugulisa kunja, ndi kuti tizipeza soma profit ambiri. Even forex singa so imene timachora favorable balance of trade. Then we have unfavorable balance of trade. Apo ndi kuti makonera kuti tikupanga import kwambiri. As a result, forex is so that's unfavorable balance of trade. So this is when a country's imports are higher than exports. Unfavorable balance of trade. Let's finish by discussing about balance of trade mathematically. So balance of trade timanena kuti is equal to exports minus imports. And the answer imeneka izikhala 0. Ikakhala kuti ndi 0 ndi kuti balance of trade imakhala kuti trade ili balanced. Ikakhala positive ndi kuti ili favorable. Ikakhala negative ndi kuti ili unfavorable. An example, funso lama lifunsa motere. Malawi exports cotton worth 20 million and imports electronics worth 15 million. A. Calculate the balance of trade. E makhala 2 marks. Ndeta ikaka formula BOT is equal to E minus M. Then 20 million minus 15 million equals 5 million. Tayonet. Ndi kuti apati ndi favorable balance of trade. Why? Tikayangana answer yathuyo yapezeka ya positive. Ndi kuti number of exports is higher than imports. Ndi kuti difference yake ma imports akuposedwa ndi 5 million kwacha. You see? So amakufunsa ndi kuti describe the balance of trade for Malawi. Ndekuti kuti Malawi's balance of trade is favorable because the number of exports is higher than imports, thereby registering a surplus. So nanena kale kunena kuti apa you have to note that when the answer is in a negative, it shows that a country's trade is unfavorable, since a negative number means a deficit. Deficit ndekuti a loss. When the answer is 0, the balance of trade is said to be balanced, since the number of exports is equal to the number of imports. So that's what happens when we are dealing with balance of trade.